First, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Black Series Edition LLC. Ooh, man, we got a lot going on. A lot going on. So we got two new screen paints. Actually, got quite a few screen paints coming out. But we got two new screen paints coming out to our other website under Crystal Edge Technology Screens. Right now, I'm trying to I'm changing passwords and all that stuff because originally I had two computers. One on this side was for the Crystal Edge apps I get access into, and it was just too much to go back and forth between two machines. So I just started porting everything over to this machine to make it a lot easier, so that way I have all my files, everything I can swap back and forth. Besides, the other machine was starting to slow down dramatically, so I figured the hard drive was about to crash anyway. But anyway, so we're doing all our work back in here. Now, am I on the Crystal Edge site right now? No, I'm still over on my my Black Series site right now. I'm still doing updates in there and getting that ready because I'm trying to get this done and get the other one done. We already had the ingredients already ordered for this screen right here. This is going to be our new Imperior gunmetal. Now, on the Crystal Edge site, because somebody posted somewhere on a comment somewhere, I do advise, please do research about my company before just talking for the sake of just talking. This person wasn't trying to troll my company or anything. They were just, I guess, didn't know too much about my company. And if you don't know too much about something, it's always best to research it and find out as much as possible. So that way you come off a little bit more smarter. But anyway, on the Crystal Edge site, we are going to be designing that site strictly for certain screen paints. There's not going to be any black technology on the Crystal Edge site. The only site that will have black technology will be the Black Series Edition. On the new website that we're building under the FLE-VT, those are they're the gamer screen. No, the gamer screens are on the other one, but there is a certain kind of technology we're going to have on that site. We may have, I think, because what I wanted to do was with the company that's going to be picking up the contract, hopefully, well, they're going to pick it up anyway. That stuff is amazing. But anyway, the company is going to be picking up for the TV technology, the wallpaper TV technologies. They are going to be getting some of the screens, and I think I'm going to have probably about 5 of those screens available on our site. But I have the we have an outdoor, several outdoor screens going to be available on that site, and there is some other wallpaper technology we're working on for that particular site under the FLE-VT. That's all screens that have the ability to be able to transfer sunlight through them. Ad tech is definitely going to be available on the FLE-VT site. So it's another place we have where companies can go. We don't want things where at the end of the day, people are going to get mixed up on what's what. So basically, all gunmetal technology, anything that we're developing under products that are not black will be on the Crystal Edge site. Right now, I'm in the process of bringing back a gold screen. We've had gold screens before, and these things are absolutely gorgeous. And I thought to myself, you know, I incorporate FLE technology into one of these things so we can always go back to our cookbook of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of screen paints that we have developed down through time that have all been tested. Keep in mind, 7s have black versus black tests sitting on them, and we can always bring one of these up and reincorporate them into the element 77. That's what gives the screens the ability to be able to do what they're designed to do, like absorb sunlight and all that other crazy stuff. That's element 77. So with that new we have different formulas we had that allows these over-the-counter products to react a different way. This we can incorporate anything. We can literally bring anything back we want. So if I want to go back in my cookbook and I want to bring back an 8, I can bring back an 8. I can bring back any screen we want. That's what element 77 allows us to be able to do. And what you've seen already, we can back it up. If I say element 77 has the ability to absorb sunlight, we can show you dozens of demonstrations of the screens eating sunlight. Every time we send one of those over, we get that, oh, wow, what the freak, every time. Because it's unheard of. It's unheard of a projection screen to be able to absorb sunlight. So that's why we kept mentioning element 77, because that's what element 77 is. It's a 77 elements that allows us to be able to change the structure of a screen's performance. Now, I don't know what kind of nonsense these other people are talking at the end of the day. As I said before, talk is cheap. You have to be able to back it up because we're pushing this stuff through companies. My showroom, it's going to be popping really soon. I'm going to be in there looking in there and seeing exactly what I want to do, how I want to set it up. And we're going to have our offline business and we're going to have our online business. I have a lot of people that I'm connecting to when I go offline and I leave from here and I hit the city, I'm connecting to a lot of people. And I'm telling them, look, we got this place we're setting up where they can go and actually see this technology for their eyes. And this is going to bring us crazy, crazy, crazy capital. Crazy capital. I got people already, they're already wanting to invest, but I'm not looking for investors. I'm not looking for, what do you call that thing at the end of the day? Their control board. I forgot what they call them at the end of the day. But anyway, I'm not looking for any of that. I'm keeping it small, mom and pops. That's what I'm keeping it. I don't want big factories and all that stuff. Simple mom and pops. Now, is this stuff going to be limited edition? No, not really. Actually, not really at all, period. So this is the one we're updating right here. So we're going to abbreviate under CE. CE stands for Crystal Edge. That's what it stands for. Instead of putting the whole thing in there, if that's what it stands for, it's still going to have the 77 symbol on it because that's what it does, has the element in it. This is the new Imperior gunmetal. Now, people, and again, these people who are making these fake gunmetals at the end of the day, watch and learn. When we bring the screen out for testing, you will notice that it'll do things in environments that you will normally, we don't have to babysit, as in pointing blinds up at the ceiling. That's just pointless. The reason why you don't cheat and do demonstrations and point blinds up at ceilings, because what if your customer decides not to do that? What if your customer decides to open up their blinds, which normal people do, and have the light coming at the screen? That's why you don't do dumb stuff like that. Because in the demonstration, when you cut corners like that, you're cutting corners to try to make the screen look the best you possibly can. But you have to get into the mind of the customer. The customer is not going to have their blinds pointed upward. Who the freak has their blinds pointed up? Most likely blinds are either pointed down most of the time, but they're going to have the blinds pointed out. And if that screen washes out and it doesn't do what you claim it does, you're going to have a lot of problems on your hands. You're going to have a lot of have not received coming right back at you from PayPal. So it may look all fine and good, and this is with the big certified screens also too. I watch you guys too. You go in and you have these controlled environments. All the lights are controlled. You got ceiling lights that are away from the screen and are pointed away from the screen. You got little lights tucked away in little corners to give it the illusion that the area is well lit. And then we get the screen, we put it in a fully lit environment. We go, oh, okay, I see now. Yeah, you got to get into the mind of the consumer. This is why when you see people that are taking their screens outside and they're doing the screens next to windows and all this stuff, that's what they're going to do. They're going to do exactly as is advertised. So that's why you can't cut corners like that. Pointing blinds up one way and blinds going another way. It's redirecting light. Can't do that. So when you watch the Imperior gunmetal, as all our other gunmetals we develop, every single one of them have to knock out the majority of the certifieds. This one will knock every last one of them out because it has an FLE attached to it. This right here, and I'm not going. I already know from the door, but I'm not going to say it because it's going to tick off a company. But it can take you very easily. Just to let you know, it'll take your screen. So it's not enough for us to have black technology. Black technology is very advanced. Our black technology can wipe this out easily. This can wipe out any gunmetal we put it against. And I mean by any gunmetal. For those who like to watch our channel later on, we know who you are. Not talking about those people. We're talking about the high-end certified technology who does have the right to call themselves gunmetal. They literally have that right. It'll take your stuff out. So to prove how advanced this technology is, I am ordering the best of the best gunmetals that there is to offer. Which means that we don't care about the rest of your stuff. We want your elitist, your very best screen. That's what we want to prove, to show you that this technology will knock out 5,000, 7,000, you name it, it'll knock it out. Now, what sizes will this come in? Well, we're going to have this anywhere from the same thing as the 20s, 32s, and the gallons. So consider the fact that this technology being gunmetal will have the ability to overpower a screen that will cost you $5 grand for 100 inches, where this technology would cost you in a price in which we can't tell you yet for a 250-inch screen that will take out a screen that's $5 grand. So you added up how much it would cost you if you were to go out and buy the screen that cost you $5 grand at 250 inches. But anyway, this is what we're going to be developing. This is the Imperior. So I've been talking about this quite a bit. So those of you gunmetal fans out there who freaking love gunmetal, here you go. And yes, I plan to be in the forum sites. Definitely plan to be in the forum sites. So again, as I said before, you can't cut corners. Because if you cut corners, you can't walk in any one of those forum sites. So I can't wait to get this thing ready to go. Actually, matter of fact, ingredients has already been ordered. Next week, we actually show what it looks like. All right, so let's get this one locked in. This is done. Go back in and put the file in. Put the file in so we have this. Now, these are only be found on the Crystal Edge site only. So when someone was asking me, I guess they didn't know too much, and they were saying, well, why does he have two sites? Because one's designed strictly for gunmetal, one's designed strictly for black. We don't want to get them mixed up. And then we'll show you what true gunmetal looks like. Advanced true gunmetal, really good gunmetal, doesn't look charcoal gray. It looks nearly almost black. I've been fooled by a couple of screens. I've seen like, gee, was that a black screen? And then find out it was gunmetal. Like, ooh, pretty good. Pretty good. But you can tell. You know how you tell? Take the surface, you lay it against a black screen, that's your tell. Because the black screen's always going to be black no matter what. Gunmetal will actually show its color. Even if it's super, super, super dark, it'll still come up gray. Just like I showed you with the paint on screens. They have a really, really super dark, they call it black, but it's really gunmetal. But this says black, and then when we take it out of the box and we stick it against our screen, it comes up gray. That's how we know. Let me see. I got to go over to... Oh, let me see. I just pulled this up. We had it right here, the file right here. All right, let's go into our pictures and let's find this thing. Now, you're probably wondering, okay, I'll show you that one later on. Right there. I'm going to save that. That's the new one. Gunmetal. Now, I hate to add this in here, and I definitely have to. I'm not going to talk about that other stuff. We'll get to that when it happens on the 4th. But right now, I got to talk about business. The reason why, and how do people contact me and say, hey, can you drop the charges on these people? We're not dropping charges. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The reason why it can't happen because we can't have this kind of nonsense in 2024. I really don't have the time to go back and forth on this dumb nonsense. I really don't. We have to go in and do all this stuff because all this stuff is needed for court. It's literally all of it's needed for court. So I don't have the time for this nonsense. I really don't. But it has to be done. I got too much on my plate. I got a whole showroom I got to design in there because I want it designed a certain way. So I'm going to be doing the work, and a couple of other friends are going to be doing the work. So I got to be able to do that. I got all this new technology I got to design. Everything we show you, we had to test. You know, we can't bring this stuff up with no testing. No, because I'll be in a lot of trouble at the end of the day. I can get hit with fraud charges for this. So I can't do that. So everything literally has to be tested. And that's a lot of work. For every label we show is tested. It has to be done. So it's a lot of freaking work. On top of it, it's a lot of money. I got to buy sample sheets. I got to sit there and buy different calibers of projectors. We have to build whole different environments. It's a lot of work. We can't go out and fake it. And then on top of that, all this stuff has to go against testing. This literally has to go against probably 20 or 30 different firms of dark paint. Even the gunmetals are tested on gray versus gray and dark gray versus gray. They're all tested. Because I have to be able to back this stuff up. But anyway, yeah, all this has to be done. Unfortunately, yeah, we have to do all this. We have to go in and out of court, and the lawsuits and criminal charges. All this has to be done. And the reason why is because we are going to talk to the judge and tell them the history we've had with these individuals attacking our company, and we want them to be made an example. We want them to be hit with the highest amount of jail time and lawsuits that they can possibly push out, because they have to be used as an example. We explained to the judge we can't have people coming in and disrespecting our company the way these guys did. We need to have them used as an example. And from the substantial amount of evidence that we have on them, it's not going to be hard for the judge to pass down the judgment. Because we want to make them an example that if anyone ever decides to go down the same road they do, you will see the outcome and the consequences of it all. So that's why we're requesting the judge through all and I'm pretty sure we're not going to have a problem getting it, because we'll have tons. This stuff you've seen right there is nothing compared to what we're printing out right now. I've got somewhere between about, I would say, close to about 10 Nike boxes full of I'm not comparing with Nike boxes, by the way. I'm just giving the caliber of the box and how many papers that fit inside of a Nike box. We get about 10 boxes, and we're not even close to being done at printing out all the rest of the stuff. So I literally had to buy backup ink for my printers and stuff, because again, I'm killing ink and money to actually print all this stuff out to have this for a judge. So a judge is going to be looking at somewhere between maybe 10, 13 boxes on her desk. Anything from all the emails that were sent to us. Their portals are being flooded because we're constantly sending in emails. We got on one of our accounts today 45 something messages. All those were transferred to the portal. So we want the judge, when they see all this substantial, overwhelming evidence, the backlash we received from his rumors and everything, we want them to be used as an example not to touch our company. And that's what we're going to get. So we're going to be way past the point of the 10-year or 30-year mark. They're really going to hit them pretty hard. And then on top of that, this will basically send a crystal clear message to any future trolls that try to jump on, including Mr. Williams. You're also a part of that whole circle. Anyone we throw into those documents at the police station, you'll be a part of this, an example toward our company. So we're going to be doing some searching, see if we can find anybody new, anybody else that's doing any nonsense, get it all cleaned up, get your files on you, get you in court, and get you prosecuted. That's it. So that way in the future, I don't have to worry about when I come out and I design something, I got 4 or 5 idiots on camera calling me a scammer and talking about my products they don't even know at the end of the day. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to use them as an example. That's what has to be done. All right, now I got to move on. I got things to do. Let me see. That one's done. That one's saved. And I'm going to go back to the other one. Now, also too, I'm gonna add real quick. I gotta add this in here quick because it's part of what's going on. Today I'm going down and I'm following multiple stalking charges. These are stalking charges toward our company that show that individuals went in and copied everything we did on our site, repeated our labels, made mockeries of everything we're doing to show strictly that there was cyber stalking the company. Flooding the account, stuff like that, just constantly attacking our company. So that's another thing that's we have to get information on all of that, which again, that's about 3, 4, maybe 5 boxes right now with Warren County. So we can show proof that they have been reduplicating our labels and calling us scammers and stuff like that, including touching our copyright material. So they want all that evidence in there of them touching the copyrights and all that stuff. Even though that's not the court for it, they want it. Because we have to back up everything in there. But yeah, so any labels we make, anything we design, you go in, you want to make a copy. No problem with that. I'm going to go in and basically show proof of evidence of stalking our company. And mind you, these are the dummy labels. They stalk the dummy labels. So as you can see why we need to get these people put away. Because like I said, anything I develop, anything I make, here they come. Oh, he's a scammer. He's ripping people off. He's robbing people. He's doing this. He's doing that. Every single time we design something, constantly stalking us. The new place I'm getting right now, this joke will be in there trying to figure out where it's at. Oh, where's that? What can I find? Yeah, you're a stalker. That's what you are. So again, like I said, I'll be so happy to get them in court so I can get them prosecuted and get them where they need to be at. Some of them may need to seek some help, but I actually advise some of them do need a psychiatric evaluation. Ooh, I like this. All right, so this is already finished, right? Well, I think we're only going to do 2. We do the Imperior, we do this one, and are we doing another one here? Probably going to just do the 2. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. We are making that liquid technology for, not that liquid technology, but I do want to do something strictly for fish tanks. I want to make a submersible. Oh, wait. I got a dedicated paint coming out for strictly for inflatable projection screens. So that has to be black because we don't use gray screens outside. It has to be black. So we'll have that over on the Black Series site. And then on this site, I do want to put in that aqua technology for fish tanks and stuff like that. That definitely has to be front and rear technology. We can't make that just because one of the designs someone was bringing to us when we're ready to actually launch this thing is they want to put in this huge, massive 150-inch wave plastic panel in the middle of their office, I guess office lobby or hallway. That's what they want, and we coat this stuff. They're gonna coat it. They coat this stuff on there. They want to be to see this ripple effect fish tank. So that's what that FLE is designed for, because that means if I have to stick a screen in the middle of a lobby of an office building, how much light pushes through the middle of a lobby of an office building, all that glass, there's a lot in there. Can't be in there just in those screens in there, or just in the environment. They're not going to have that. So if they want to do a star field, or they want to produce outer space on this clear wavy piece of surface, our technology can do that because it can feed through sunlight. That's why FLE has a lot of freaking properties attached to it. So if we want to put a 150-inch sheet of wavy glass or whatever they want to put in that hallway over there, and they want to hit it with ultra short throw projectors, that technology will allow me to produce a black star universe right there in the middle of a lobby surrounded by tons of windows and tons of freaking commercial lighting. That's why I was asking those questions. You have to have your screen that it can show up anywhere. So because the FLE can filter sunlight, that means that screen can sit there in the middle of that lobby and push up an image without washing out or fading. Yep. That's the whole point. That's the main. If you're going to talk about ambient light rejection, you're going to have to go against the best thing you could possibly think of. And that would be a physical sunlight, direct sunlight. Can't get no higher than that. Just can't. Once we hit that plateau, when I saw that technology do that, because the only one that had that ability was the smoke could do it. And when I saw it and I put it against the window and that light pushed you, I was like, oh, shoot, this thing has smoke capabilities? Are you kidding me? Much better than the smoke. Way better than the smoke. That's why we're doing the demonstration with the woman in the black makeup. She was coming up and all the different stuff we're putting on the screen. Yeah, that thing's freaking insane. Yeah, it can filter freaking sunlight. So for those of you pulling out these meters at the end of the day, first things first, max out zone on our advanced ambient light rejection, your meter wouldn't read down there. It's way too much light kicking off down there. Virtually impossible. Direct sunlight, there's no one that can touch us on that level. We literally can sit there and go, we have the best FLE gain on the planet. We filter 100,000 lux. As a matter of fact, when we start showing off more of the window technology, which you'll see a lot of that, and with sunlight penetrating the screen, we're going to put a challenge out for all screens to see if you could do something called a 100,000 lux challenge. You got to be able to read through sunlight. If you got to be in an environment where you have to point blinds up in the air, you're gonna have a problem with that thing at the end of the day. Heck, Black Series editions can be painted off ceilings and floors, at the same time. So yeah, I'm gonna do something. I don't know. We got this one already done. Oh man. I get access. So I'm gonna go into the other site today. I'm gonna spend about probably 4 hours in there. It should take me 4 or 5 hours to go in and restructure the Crystal Ridge site. The cube and all that staying the same. We just have to rewrite a lot of stuff in there because we won't have that technology anymore. So that's gonna be a lot of work. Now the dedicated, oh, I can't wait to launch that stuff. It's gonna be amazing. The dedicated, we're designing a dedicated outdoor inflatable screen coating, because I told you outdoor inflatable screens, the surface is extremely temperamental. Your stuff would crack. So to hit that stuff with any acrylic, and acrylic, it'll mess acrylic up big time. It'll crack, it'll peel, it'll do all kinds of stuff. And mind, this is not a screen that's actually stationary. You deflate this thing and you roll everything up, and me at the other roll and just stick it all in the box and throw it in the corner because I ain't feel like folding it up. But usually most people want to do it that way. You can't expect everybody to fold it neatly. So I do it as if I'm the everyday Joe. Just gonna ball it up and just throw it in the box and throw it in the corner. That's me. So every time I pull it out, that thing can't crack or peel. And the reason why we know the formula we have doesn't crack or peel because we tested it on inflatable screens. Take the screen, blow it up, let it show it there, crumble it up, throw it in the corner, come back, get it a week later, do it again over and over again, and see exactly how much stress level the product will take without cracking or peeling on the surface. So when I was showing off the screens, there was testing going behind that. To see exactly how many times I could ball this thing up and throw it in the corner and see what happens to it. So the new formula that we have coming out is a little different. So before, we couldn't go anywhere near the inflatable screens that had the mesh on it. Those are the white ones that do the front and rear. Couldn't touch those. It wouldn't work. The new technology we have now will. So it will give you the opportunity to convert your white projection screen into the black OLED technology that we use outside. Get that 100% contrast level and beautiful colors, so your setup looks like a freaking TV out there instead of something washed out piece of notebook paper. Yep. So I think we're going to do a couple of outdoor, it's actually 2 outdoor restaurants out here. We're doing their screens for free for the publicity. They have a white screen out there. I walked past it several times and went, ugh. That's disgusting. Like, I really couldn't even sit there and watch that at the end of the day. They could, because they're not used to seeing black technology. But we showed them the pictures of the 250 outside, and we're like, whoa. And I said, okay, this is what we'll do. We'll put our screen up here for free. We do want you to advertise, put our business cards and all that stuff up there. And, yeah, that's pretty much just advertise for a company. That's it. So when they look at it, they're going to think, when people go out there, the screen they're going to put up there is going to be around 150 inches. That's going to be nice for the customers to stare at a screen that big. So that'll be pretty cool. And then they have it all in an awning and all this stuff like that. So it should do quite well. Now, they're not going to use our projectors. They never do. Some customers will use our projectors. We advise them. But mostly when we're dealing with companies, no, these jokers will go out and get the most expensive high-power projector on the face of the planet, which is not even needed. It's overkill on the screen, literally. I mean, it's fantastic, but it's overkill. Unless we have control of the installments, then we can advise what projectors to get, and they're not going to cost you any money. The projector, if you saw in the demonstration with the fish coming through the glass on the storefront, that was a $400 720p projector. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't $400. We got 2 of them for $400. It was the Chrissy LW400s. Yep. You don't need all that stuff, just overkill. Overkill. And I make money off that demonstration. As a matter of fact, every time somebody contacts me saying, hey, look, we're going to do a visual screen, virtual screen. We're going to make sure the screen can basically take in the light that we have in the environment. We just show them a screen where light is actually pushing through the screen. Yeah, it'll show up in your environment. All right. The acoustic screens, they're black. Those are the ones we have coming up for $260. They are going to be available on Black Series. Anything that's black, it's going to be on Black Series. Anything. Except for the only thing that's going to be on there that's not, well, I can't really explain to you what the color is of those things. Not yet. The gamers. Can't tell you about those yet. The reason why they're staying on there, because we literally built showrooms for them. So I'm not rebuilding an entire showroom. Not doing it at all. Too much work. It's way too much work. But I do, let me see, we're going to do, let me see, I think, where we're going to put this at. We got to design showrooms on here too. This site doesn't have showrooms. Crystal Edge doesn't have showrooms because we didn't think about the showrooms until we got over to Black Series. Crystal Edge is going to have all new showrooms attached to it. The showroom that I'm putting in for the aqua screen, oh my goodness. So what is an aqua screen? Well, it's a screen we're strictly designing, dedicated for fish tank aquarium displays. We get it a lot. We get people want to turn the ceilings into fish tanks, and they want to turn walls into fish tanks, they want to turn floors into fish tanks. And yeah, that's what this stuff is going to be designed to do. It literally has very, very interesting color attached to it. Is it blue? Yeah, it's blue, but it got something else attached to it too also. All right, this one's already finished and good to go, so we'll save this over in a file. Did I work on the Shamrock? I didn't really do too much on the Shamrock. Let me see. Let me go into my files here and bring up our Shamrock. All right, let me see. Also, too, we're getting the 800 number. Yes, this phone call is being recorded for training purposes, so chances are you will not be talking to me. You'll be talking to a operator. Sorry, but it has to be done because I can't be picking up my phone over and over and over again. And people to be connected to my phone are people that I have contracts I'm doing business with. As in contracts for installments, not contracts for my company. I'm not giving out contracts. Actually, one person is getting that contract. Maybe I may float one near the window display for that big building. I may. But the other company for the TV technology, yeah, we'll probably have a contract through them. They are very important because we need to, for them, they sell for these big companies. So we need for them to be able to have that screen on display. Now, what I'm going to do is once we get all the paperwork and everything locked in from our patent attorneys, yes, everything's going to have patent attorneys attached to it. Everything's going to have copyrights, trademarks, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to begin the process of sending out these sample sheets to all the certified companies to let them know what the future looks like. Take a look at the future. That's literally what we're going to send to them. And they have plenty of opportunity to take their sample sheets and lay it against that technology to see what the outcome will be, because we've already done the test. We know the outcome. Another way to get the information out there. So I'm sending all free screens out to all these big companies out here. And of course, they're going to contact us, or definitely going to contact us to buy us out, but we're not for sale. They need to push to make a black screen. So we can bring out the Omega. And then after that, the Omega Supreme. Or Alpha, Omega, and Supreme. But can't talk too much about that one either. All right, I think, let me see. I want to go in under files. This is the gunmetal new technology that's coming up. Let me see. What else do we have here? FLE-24 technology right here. We won't need any of these anymore. I'm gonna get rid of all of these. We don't need those. No contract offers. We're not doing that. All right. Are we doing the hot mic anymore? No, we don't have time for it. We really don't. I've seen this place, the showroom. Oh man, I can't wait to get in there and work in there. It's not like, it needs a little work, but it's not, it's not, I mean, we can do it with no problem whatsoever. And the building's zone has a multiple zoning sitting on top. And I was like, oh, are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, multiple zoning, which means I can use it for more than one thing, which is fantastic where it's at. It's absolutely beautiful. I cannot wait to get in there and set this thing up the way I want to. This thing is going to be brighter than a mother jumper in there. You're going to need sunglasses when you walk through this bad boy. It's going to brighten that thing up. It's already got well lighting in there, but no, not when we get done with it. When we get done with it, we're going to brighten that thing up. I want people, when they walk in, they see bone, white walls, and these just black surfaces just pushing out. So once I get that one, show that off, you know what I mean? We can advertise our business cards, or we right downtown, which means people can come in. We can go into any freaking establishment. Oh, we're right over here, so and so and so. You can check the screen out live. And they can go and check it out. It's got a huge window that we can actually push that window technology through. Oh, that's going to draw a lot of attention over there too. So yeah, I'm going to make good money in Allentown, extremely good money. Now, I've already got my license up here. I got my license. I've been on a license from Pennsylvania. And I'm going to go work on getting what I got to do to get my permits. So that way I can advertise this summer. As I'm walking around, I'm going to get a whole portable system. Also, too, I am going to be investing in tiny homes. As I said before, we want to do a tiny home theater system. I looked at all the different tiny homes that are displaying their projector setups. It's all in these white screens and these cheap knockoff projectors. It's garbage, absolute garbage. So our package is basically going to include the projector, speakers, and screen. That's what we're going to have in our setup, which will be getting a name brand projector, a real projector like an Optima, ViewSonic, Sony, any one of them. We're going to get these small portable projector setups, and you can have your home theater in your tiny home and make it look professional, and then looking like that washed out nonsense I've been seeing for the last couple of days. So that also we're going to work on too. Also too, that also same package what we're going to be having is going to be fantastic for camping too. So I picked up the EcoFlow, the battery portable system I used to have one of those back in the day. I'm going to get another one, and I'm going to be using that to do little camp out videos with me and my friends. But yeah, we got some stuff planned, a lot of fun stuff. So hot mic, not needed. Now are we going to have the black? Well, blacklist is definitely going to be on there. By the time we pass what has to be done, they will no longer be a part of the blacklist anymore. Because like I said, they're going other places. They're not going to be involved in other things. If there's slim chance, let's say slim chance that they're even able to get probation, and that's an extremely high slim from the evidence we have, then they're going to have to, they have no access to any form of internet, nothing, because mind you, FBI is involved in this, and it's considered to be a cyber crime, so they're cut off from any form of digital communications. Is gone. They'll be on probation for years after they're even caught, and they'll be monitored. Like in the day, I tell people, look, when you end up on one of these lists at the end of the day, don't take a cell phone and pull it up, because this is the FBI at the end of the day. They're going to know exactly. We're going to look at you and go, oh, shoot, this guy just pinged. Yeah, you're screwed. You have a whole bunch of black cars sitting outside your house, knocking on your door like, hey, we just seen you come up on an electronic device. Come on out here. We got to have a talk with you. Yeah, it gets like that. Nothing. You can't be around anything. It's like, I'm not putting them in the same category, but it's like people who do bad things online, really bad things online, if you know what I'm talking about. They don't have access to any form of online communication. If you think your cell phones and everything you have, all your devices are not being tracked at the end of the day, commit one of those crimes, get on one of those lists, and you'll find out exactly how much of your stuff is basically, they know about your stuff from the door. The only way that they couldn't really register your gaming system, unless you had one of the old systems like that weren't online. There you go. The minute you put your system online, guess what? Bingo, you just popped up. Unless you got a proxy server in there somewhere, but then again, they can get around your proxies too. So yeah, the minute gaming systems and all that stuff went online, just pop right on up. That's why we were sitting here looking at the Sony sometimes. I'll be sitting here talking something completely different, and a microphone system will pop up and just start flashing. I'm like, what the freak is that all about? Yeah. You are monitored 24/7. We've gotten so comfortable with it, we just really don't think about it. But you're being monitored 24/7. And it's funny because video games will come out and they'll talk about this. They'll talk about the information grid and all this stuff and how you're being monitored and everything that you do. And it actually is true. It's extremely true. Everything you do. Just like the same thing I was talking about the drones. You know, the drones, you know, have been used for quite a bit. But, you know, you see them in military all the time. So you're used to seeing those. But have you ever seen a police drone? Now imagine you come down the street one day and you see this 911 drone sitting on the corner and it's fully armed. It has the ability to take out someone. And it's sitting on the corner. That would freak you to freak out, wouldn't it? Just boom! Like, what the freak? Really? And around civilians? Yeah, that would freak you out. But imagine if you basically saw these drones pop up for little kids, little tiny drones, and everybody's got them and they're flying all over the place and they're doing commercials and kids are flying these drones down hallways and around corners and stuff, and you buy one and it's cool and you're flying yours around. It's not that bad, isn't it? It's real comfortable. They have to ease you into the system. They can't just drop you into hot water. They have to warm it up a little bit and just ease you into it. So now, when these companies start pumping out these drones, now there's requirements for drones. Now you have to register them. They have to know exactly where your drones are at, what airspace you're flying them at. You can't have them here, you can't have them there. Everything, all your drones have to be registered so they know exactly where these things are. Yep. So now if you see a police drone sitting on the corner, it ain't a bit of a shocker, is it? Because you're used to seeing drones. So if you see one sitting on the corner, like, huh, that's interesting. All right, whatever, and just move on. Because you're used to it. They have to ease it into the system. So one day you will see one sitting on the corner. A machine that doesn't sleep, it doesn't eat, it can monitor 24 hours around the clock, and it can be from here to there in no time at all. But the sad thing about it is a machine that also can have error. Yep, just like right now you're seeing all these robots. It's just boom on freaking technology in these robots. They want them in your home with these little cameras and smiley faces on them, monitoring your activity. And oh shoot, I'm not telling you. I swear, I've never been so scared of freaking being close to Skynet than I've ever been in my entire life. And then you got these machines they're making now. The one's like a dog. God knows how fast that thing could run at the end of the day. You know, sooner or later when you're going to start seeing these things as police dogs. Man, all this stuff is going to happen. But people look at it and they laugh about it because they think it's all a joke. But it all started with these little tiny robots that people used to wind up in the back. And they used to thought it was so cute. And they walked back, danger, danger, danger. And they thought that was so adorable. And now we got machines that literally can do the same thing a freaking human can do, but 10 times or 100 times better. Much stronger, much smarter, much faster. Yep. There you go. That's why I find it interesting that the Godfather, I mean, you know what, forget about it. I'm not even talking about that. Let's move on. I'm not even trying to get involved in that one at the end of the day. My proxies are not even clicked. I'm good. Let's move on. Whew, man. That's why a lot of people are buying land and getting off the grid. That's why a lot of people are buying land and getting the freak off the grid. I'm going off the grid. Next year, I'm out. I'm going on the grid. Get my 7 acres, 20 acres, 120 acres. I'm going to be out there in the middle of nowhere. Rather be. I'm good. Am I going to be linked up online? No. No, no, no. No. I'm good. I ain't gonna be out there by myself. I got people coming out there with me. I got a lot of people coming out there. I got some people that got the same idea I got. I'm gonna rent out some of that land to them for a really good cheap price. You don't have to spend a lot of money. You know, it'd be harder for them to go out and acquire that kind of land. And since I'm gonna have the capital to do it, I'm gonna rent it out to some people out there that I'm cool with. I've been chilling with for many, many years. And they want to get off with their families and stuff and have a little space of their own, little paradise. I ain't got no problem renting to them. On top of that, it pays for the taxes on the unit. And on top of that, they can, you know, get their little chill on it at the end of the day. That's what I'm going to do. Then I can get up there and work on my experiments. Like how to make a Gundam taco. A Gundam taco! I'll make you a Gundam suit. Gundam suit. All right, let me see. This is what we want right here. This is, it's funny, I'm down here looking for this, and it's right there in my face. I need to open this. Do we actually have this in the Pisces? I'm just curious. Do we have it? It should be already in here. Literally already in here for the Shamrock. There it is. Which one did we do? That's what looks like the one for the FLE. Let me see. It is FLE Extreme Thunder Shamrock. Yes. So yes, I ran these ideas past the graphic designer. She's been a good friend of mine for years. This is what she specializes in. And I told her that I need these to be hologrammed. I need these to be hologrammed, and I need to have them shrink. So basically we can just, because I don't feel like sticking labels on stuff. I need something where it fits over top of it and the heat gun hits and just whoop, it shrinks the container. That's what we want. Definitely going to be going with all locking containers. So all our containers are going to be all locking and sealed. Some of them will have these keys attached. So the keys will be on the containers. So you can, you know, open them up. Oh, the Shamrock, Thunder Shamrock. Let me go here. Do we, yes, we didn't. Okay, good. We didn't save this. Oh, I'm going to love this one right here. This is going to be a beautiful, beautiful screen. Like I said, these screens are colored, but they're going to be gorgeous. And yes, they can read that contrast. Let me see. Thunder Shamrock Extreme. 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 106. Back there having a rough time of it, ain't you? What are you back there fighting? 106 inch. These are going to be the wallpapers. 106 inch. Also, too, on top of that, what are we using for our font? That's, can't get anything a little bit more creative than that. That was kind of boring. Okay, that looks pretty good. 106-inch wallpaper. Oh, I like this one. All right, this one I'm going to save to the application. Right there, that one's done. There are updates on this right here. Now these are going to come with the, actually matter of fact, I got to order those LED lights because I'm going to test them out and see what they're like. I'm actually ordering some for the showroom. But yeah, these lights are really, really nice. These are fantastic LED lights. As a matter of fact, let me save this and show you the LED lights. This thing's going to come with 16 feet of it. These are the ones you can loop around stuff and all that cool stuff. That's the ones I want for this setup. These in here. Let me see. I'm going to save this file. Save as to... that's Leviathan. No, it's not a paint. I changed that when I'm doing a paints with these. These are all physical screens. So let me see. I think what I should do is each one of these have to have their own individual folder because I don't want them all bunched together to make it a headache for me. So let's go into pictures. Let's get a new folder and we'll have its own individual folder. So that's it. So I think for the tiny screens, I'm probably going to do a portable 100-inch screen, and I'm going to do a portable 50-inch screen. This is going to be a portable one that pulls up. I'm going to be showing it off quite a bit. I'm going to be picking up quite a few Pico projectors for those demonstrations also to show off. As a matter of fact, I'm still trying to figure out exactly what happened to my other Picos. Raw. Oh, I forgot to add real quick. My showroom, the building, has a huge apartment over top of it. It's big because it matches the size of my showroom down below. So I'm taking it, taking the whole building. It ain't really a big building; it's good size, but yeah, I'm taking the whole building. Showroom and apartment up top. Can't get any better than that, can you? Nope. And it's cheaper than what I was renting my house for. And this one has a showroom at the bottom. So, yippee-ki-yay. Woo! Will I be showing off my new setup upstairs? No, because I got stalkers, that's why. But I will show you one of the screens when we set it set up in the showroom. That's once we get everything sealed and signed. So I got to call back in for that. All right. I think we do the Picos. How? Good, man. Thank you. Good. Really didn't want a big apartment. Mine is no one over top me at all. There's an apartment and there's the showroom underneath. Nobody there, just me. So the apartment is 1,300 square feet. It's huge. My house at that place was around 16. Showroom's really big too. So this is nice. It's a nice setup. And it's funny because we're sitting there all that time. And I walked by. I'm about to go pick up something down there. Oh, post office. I post or drop off packages for the customers. So I took a shortcut. And I walked past and I saw it there and I snapped a picture of it. Went over to the restaurant, ordered a cheeseburger, sat down and called it because I didn't think anyone was going to pick up. And someone picked up. And we got to talking. I was like, yeah, well, I need that spot. And the guy said, well, it's an apartment over top. And I said, really? I said, well, I'll take the top and the bottom. Yeah. Now I literally got this huge apartment and I got freaking a showroom at the bottom. See, this is what happens when you go and you try to mock people at the end of the day. You think God's going to let me to deteriorate and fall apart? No. On top of that, at the same time, like I said, I'm prosecuting my enemies and taking them to court to be crushed. I'm developing new technology at the same time. We got ingredients coming in pretty soon to bring all this stuff to life on camera. Yep. Yes, sirree. Rah. Look at you, rah. Taco is going to get a giant wheel. Yep. Now, for anyone who finds out and you think later on you're going to come down and cause trouble, let me explain something to you. You're surrounded by my entire family, a majority of my family. You won't even make it off the block. Not even close. I'm licensed to carry. They're all military. They're all licensed to carry. You won't get off the block. I guarantee you. And on top of that, with this, I got two of my friends that are coming in. They're going to be our main security. Yeah, they'll break you up. They're professional. Oh, I don't want to tell you what they do. But you'll figure it out when they put their hands on you. And you can sit there and say at the end of the day, oh, no, we got cameras wrapped out there, everything. We will know. If you cause any problem, you want to cut up and act up, we can show a history and say, look, we've had a problem with these people in the past. You'll be used as an example. So if you want to go to prison, get yourself broke up at the same time, knock yourself out, or even worse upon worse, get killed. Because again, if somebody walks in that store with the intention, I'm putting a bullet in your chest. I'm going to kill you. I'm not going to shoot you below the waist. None of that. I'm aiming for your chest. I had this conversation before when I was living out there on Haverton Street. I was living out there. And someone made a couple of statements. They want to come by and see you. I said, come on. And nobody come down? Not one person came down. Yeah, because I put a bullet right in your chest. I got a 50 cal body armor. Are you kidding me? At the end of the day, I could see you walk up. The way that house was designed, what I loved about it the most, I can see anything coming around the corner on each side. Yeah, you got yourself murked. Got a nice little pocket corner in the far end of the driveway that was tucked away real nice. I had a couple of black cases back there in the ghillie suit. I could drop back there, raise my rifle. By the time you walked down the driveway, I could drop you right there. You would never see it coming. That whole area was mapped out. Anytime that I move into an area, it's always mapped out. Got cameras in certain areas. I got areas and pockets where I can actually hide and tuck in. Yeah, my father trained me. He was military. My father was an ex-Marine. Yeah, so that whole setup down there was designed to fortify the property. Cameras out there to monitor and watch anything that comes through. I can literally turn out all the lights, overpower the lights, and turn out all the lights outside, throwing on those night visions, popping that back there. It was dark as I don't know what back there, but I can see you. I can see you walk right down that driveway. I actually watched a couple of neighbors walk down the driveway, and I was sitting there tucked in the corner in the ghillie. Yep. I'm not your everyday person at the end of the day. I will never be that person. My ex could never understand why I couldn't be a normal person. I lived in ultra-violent neighborhoods. You live in places like this, you see things a whole lot differently, and you will always see them the same way. It'll never change. Anybody's been through violent neighborhoods, you agree 100%. I have customers to contact me. They've been in the Badlands. Say, yup, Mr. Bird, I understand what you're talking about 100%. Got a nice house, got a big deck, I got a swimming pool, got nice neighbors. But every time I walk out the door, I got a gun on me. Yeah. I hate to say it, is when I look at my nieces and them now, they live in really high-end neighborhoods. One's a doctor, one's an x-ray technician, all that crazy stuff. They live in high-end neighborhoods. They've never lived in really bad neighborhoods, which I'm glad they didn't have that didn't live in there. But on top of that, they're really, really like leaving car doors open, leaving the door open. So, oh, right, God, run that now. Okay. That's you. But yeah, yep. So I had little pockets of areas in the yard that were covered and camouflage blankets that had guns. So just had them there. Just in case if anything were to happen, I can be in that area. Now, was I paranoid? No. No. Just prepared. That's it. It's a difference between paranoid and prepared. Just two different reasons. No. Comfortable. Relax. As always. Just always, if it popped up and it occurred, then I can take the person out. And then on top of that, having a history of showing that these people were contacting me would give me the license to kill. Just like when I walk up to the police station, I file these charges against you guys. I sit there and say, at the end of the day, I'm licensed to carry. If I see any one of those jokers, let it be known, I'm going to kill them. And they said, well, you got to do what you got to do. That's it. So you've already given me a license to kill. Ooh. 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 But most people have common sense at the end of the day. There's the point of flying down here or coming down here and getting yourself shot, or worse. It's not worth anybody's time in this decade of time. You'd have to be extremely stupid. On top of that, I'm trained in hand-to-hand combat. So you'll figure out what I'm training when I put my hands on you. Sometimes I might even pull the gun. If we're going to do a fair one, I'll do a fair one with you. I got no problem with that. Bag wasn't sitting in my house for decoration. You'll figure out what I'm trained in. I'm not going to tell you what I'm trained in, but you'll figure it out when I put my hands on you. Bones start snapping. You figure you done messed up. You got yourself in a bad situation, and you're praying I don't kill you. And I'm praying at the end of the day, I don't lose my temper and lose control. So, again, don't do dumb stuff. You know what I mean? Life is too short. It's way too short to do dumb stuff. I did plenty of dumb stuff. I lost 8 years and 9 months of my life. You know what I could have been doing with the 8 years? And I think about that. Sometimes I don't try to think about it because it makes me depressed. But I could have been doing something far better than what the freak I was doing when I was out there doing dumb stuff. Yep. Could have been doing something much better. But instead, I wanted to be hard-headed, do whatever freak I wanted to do, and I lost 8 years at 9 months of my freaking life. Could have been doing something else with it. But at least on the long run, I lived through it all. I got through it all. And on top of that, I didn't die, because I could have died too on top of that. Someone could have shot me. I could have been sitting out there. Any given day, I went outside, went to the store, got some food, some snacks, and then I would come back and I would sit on the stoop with my friends and we'd sit there and talk. And any given time, somebody could have came up and mistaken us for somebody else. We could have been killed. It was an everyday thing that could happen. You're out there minding your own business and get shot. But didn't happen. Let me see. You don't think about it much, but as you get older, you think about, yeah, most of my friends that lived in the neighborhood didn't make it past 18 or 19. You're lucky if you reach 20 in that neighborhood. Extremely lucky. I remember as a kid that graduated from school and the whole family was so happy for him. He got killed the next day. Wrong place, wrong time. He got shot. Just graduated out of school. Talking about how he's going to college and everything, and his life was all planned out for him, and he just happened to be at the wrong place in the wrong time, and he got killed. That's messed up. Never saw it coming. You see how fast life can be taken from you that quick? Like I said, when you live in ultraviolet neighborhoods, you realize how fast life can disappear. How fast your number could pop up. Like right now, I could walk outside right now and be hit by a fire truck and killed. That's why I say, man, make sure you know where you're going. But yeah, and you don't think about it. You never think about it. You can't get scared about it. You have to take every day. Like, okay, he got killed. Maybe he wasn't careful enough. Maybe he ticked off the wrong people. But no, he didn't. He was a kid that stayed himself. He didn't bother anybody at all whatsoever. He just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. His life was taken. So you can't walk up every day and think, I'm just going to stay in the house and never going to go outside. No, you just go outside and just pray you just don't get killed. That's all. Every day when you get up in the morning, whether you're going out to get a box of cereal, go around the corner, hang out with your friends, go pick up a couple of cheesesteaks with some buddies, go run some ball for a little bit, even just go pick up gas at the gas station any given time. Take it out. Because we lived in that kind of neighborhood. All right, let me see. I'm going to put this. Did I put this on the silver shamrock? I want it to have its own. Maybe I should put the cake, whatchamacallits in here. I think I'm going to put the folders in here. Because if I put the folders in here separately, this would be nice. Let me see. I want a new folder in here. I actually want a new folder in here. So I'll put my folder inside of here. Where that Thunder Shamrock. People get depressed when I talk about, like, really? Yeah, it's like that, really? I took to my nieces and stuff. Like, yeah, you got luxuries, man, at the end of the day. You can walk around the corner and go do this and go do that. Like, man, I remember when I was freaking, when I got locked up when I was 16, but right around, 15, my mother got me a gun. She got me a gun because she wanted to make sure I wasn't supposed to have one, but she wanted to make sure I came home. And I wasn't looking forward to firing it at the time at 15, but she wanted to make sure I come home. Because you could be at the basketball court and all you hear is, what the frick you mean so-and-so? Yeah, here we go. Somehow I started shooting already. To a family reunion, got caught in the middle of a drive-by in a family reunion. The only thing the reason why nobody got killed on the court is because the basketball court was raised high up off the ground. We had to walk up to the stairs to get to the basketball court. But if that thing was if it wasn't that high up and it was laying flat to the cement, yeah, everybody would have got shot. Everybody would have gotten shot. So the gunfights was on the lower end of the basketball court. So any bullets that were coming by, either they were whizzing up and they were hitting, or basically they were hitting the side of the concrete support around the basketball court. But it was to the ground, yeah, we were up and shot. Let's see, FLE. Let's see, Thunder Shamrock. Thunder, 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 thunder. I still love that when it's to do that. For freaking like the monster trucks. Tonight, tonight, tonight. And the ring, and the ring. Monster, monster, monster madness. Thunder, 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 thunder. You know, horns going in the back. Da, 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 da. And to do it with the, whatchamacallit, the ultimate Undertaker. I miss those announcements. They do those announcements anymore? FLE Thunder Shamrock. Let me get this done. Going back to my past. Yeah, so hopefully, you know, God willing, we put this in God's hands. I don't want to go down that road, but we put this in God's hands, and we don't have people doing dumb stuff. You know, nobody gets shot. Because nobody wants to get shot at the end of the day. And again, I am not carrying lethals. I'm carrying lethal rounds. when I set my shot up. But I don't think we're going to have any problems at all, period. Let me see. Where am I putting this at? You know, I'm putting it in pictures, right? All right, that'll be there. So any pictures, any documents we put in there, it has its own picture folder. Each one of these needs their own folder. So this is the FLE Extreme Thunder Shamrock. 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 Okay, yes, that's going to be part of the gaming. The gaming one. So we got to put abbreviation for the gaming. Okay. Okay, that works. That works. That definitely works. I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. That'll definitely work. Down here. Extreme. And I need to change this into colors here. All right, that there. Okay, we know exactly what that is. All right, let's save that. Apply. Go in and save that. Here. All right, and let's go to, come on, be nice. Let's go over to here. No, because the file's not there. We already saved it already. I need to go to the file, not to the editing, to the file. All right, there we go. Put that there, and it's the Thunder Shamrock. Okay, there. It's right there for that file. Save it in there. Oh, we gotta change. Okay, wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Let's put in FLE TSG. And put down screen. All right. That one's done. All right, let's go pop over here. That's where he saves the system. Let's see. Oh, the Silver Patriot. I remember that. We're going to develop a screen called the Silver Patriot. Ain't never going to happen. I ain't got no interest in it. I got no interest in no grays. I got no interest in no silvers. None of that. That 77 won't grapple to it. It won't work at all, period. It's a waste of time. Silver is definitely a waste of time. It goes too high of a white level. Can't read a contrast. Shifting technology won't work with it. It's just a freaking headache. Only thing it just do is just a freaking glorified version of a white screen. That's all silver screens are. I don't really bother with them. Let me see. That's the screen paint version. I'm making that. Well, it's supposed to be a screen paint. Not anymore. Let me see. Nope. I gotta delete these things. There are too many in here. That's not even there either. Nope. Oh, I gotta get around eBay and order my freaking 50,000 lumen knockoff projector because we're gonna need one here to put against the screens. Because again, we're not supporting any form of knockoff projector of any kind. If you decide that you want to go out and use a knockoff projector, man, that's up to you. But other than that, if you see somebody, you're able to pull it off on the gunmetal technology, hey, more power to you, but we're not supporting it. I don't support them because they lie about their specifications. That's why. If you get to work, that's you, but I'm not going to advise it at all, period. Keep in mind, if you go in and you do this, you forfeit all your rights right from the door. So don't do it. Don't support them. And it's funny how I've had this conversation with these companies. I literally had a couple of these companies. I don't mention. I can pull the transcripts up, the emails. But I had a conversation with them, and they wanted us to develop black technology for their projectors to make them look good in showrooms. And I was like, well, I want to see one of the projectors because I'm not sticking my name on something that's not legit. They never sent me out the projector. We never sent out the screen paint. And then later on, I find out these things are using this pixel shifting nonsense at the end of the day. And I told them at the end of the day that without our company, your projectors are going to be crap. And they are. They can't really, you will never ever see, and I mean never ever see, one of those projectors on a gunmetal or black screen. Never. They can't read it at all, period. Even the high ones can't read it. Why? If you notice already, how come you haven't seen one yet on a dark gunmetal screen? I've never seen one on one. Never seen one on a dark gunmetal screen. Never. It's either a light gray or silver or white. That's what they'll have them on. How come any of the people who did the reviews on them never had them on dark gunmetal screens or black? Again, or not to me black screens, to tell you the truth, just say gunmetal. Again, you haven't seen them. And I actually talked to a customer, had the bow maker, and I was asking him, like, hey, you ever tried that on a dark screen? Yeah, he tried it on a certain company, which are known for having dark screens, and it wouldn't read. They can't read on darker screens, which is required. And a lot of people don't realize, well, people should know this by now. They should know this. 1080p, 4K, they're not supposed to be used on gray and white screens. Gee whiz, talking about doing it wrong. They're not supposed to be used on that. It'll be gunmetal and it'll be darker screens, the black screens. But you're not supposed to use them on there. You go to any forum site, sit down and have a conversation and see if I'm wrong and say, hey, are 4K and 1080p projectors meant for gray and white screens? And they'll tell you no. Can't even see your color correctly. Now, with our technology, with the black technology, well, you know, and we bring out a gunmetal technology, we're sitting at the end of the day that gunmetal doesn't really work on that technology. We have to show reason why ours does. So that's why we're getting on the sample sheets. We're getting the best of the best. I already have one down there, which is one of the top gunmetal screens right now. So I can't wait to see the outcome of it all. Ooh, it's going to be interesting. But yeah, they're not meant to be that. And I see people with these freaking 4K, I got it on a gray and silver screen. You know it's not supposed to be on there, right? You can't see 4K correctly. There we go. That's why. Like, let me see. If you go in and you go, we got music playing in the background. Where we got music playing at here? I'm hearing it. Right, cottage place. Right here, right there. Ugh. The benefit of a black screen. Let me see. Should have put down projection screen. The benefits of a black projection screen.
According to the projector expert, all factors considered, black projector screens are better than white and gray screens. The screens are better at producing clearer and high contrast images with or without ambient lighting. This means that the screens can be used for indoor or outdoor activities while producing superior image quality.
Right there. And you people sitting around these gray and white screens swearing at the end of the day you're seeing color and contrast, you ain't seeing jack. Y'all don't see anything at all. What you're seeing is not real. Can't read it. That's coming from Google. Right there. You can look it up. Any forum site will tell you the same thing. All forum sites will tell you the darker the technology, the more superior the technology. Why do you think gunmetals are so expensive? If you look at a white or gray screen, they're cheap. They're called budget screens. That's what they're called, budgets. So if you're talking about having a more superior screen, it has to be darker. But the problem with that, darker screens require tons and tons of testing. Number one, you got to make sure they come out black. That would be the first thing you might want to pass, is that your screen actually can pick up black, a 100% black level. That's the first thing. But other than that, yeah. And then on top of that, the theory behind black technology, as you saw me having the conversation with the woman, I was asking her questions like, hey, can you use this in a fully lit environment? No, it has to be low lumens, because the reason why a low lumen environment, due to the fact that one of the things that's supposed to plague a black screen is it's not supposed to have the ability to be able to pull up in a very well lit environment, because the screen's going to have a hard enough time portion of white level because it absorbs and because the screen is black. We beat the crap out of that theory, didn't we? Yeah, we painted the screen to the ceiling and turned the lights on. Yep. So no, and you got to know what you're doing at the end of the day. So we beat all those theories. Everything we asked them, could you paint it to the floor and walk over? Not, no. Can you paint it to the ceiling? Not going to happen, because again, if you're having problems with the lighting in the environment, you definitely can't paint that to a ceiling, Can you use it outside? No. You know why? Because there's more light outside. Even at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, even at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, there's literally more light outside than you have in your home right now. So can't use them outside. So yeah, right there from the door. So everything I just asked them, literally our screens could already have the capability of doing already. And they know who we are, because I mentioned, I said, hey, do you know a company named Black Series Edition? They said, yes, we know who they are. So here we go. So yes, if you got a gray screen, if you have a white screen or any one of those, guess what? You're not picking up anything at all. Let me see. Infinity black contrast. Ooh, not that, the car. Infinity black contrast levels.
According to Spears and Munsell, in theory, the black level is supposed to be absolute black, which would result in an undefined, or infinity, 1 contrast level. In practice, all real displays have some residual brightness even when they're supposed to be showing black.
So, our screen can register infinity black levels. In order for you to have one of these infinity black levels like the OLED has, and look right here, what's the first video that pops up? It'll be us, because we have it. We have an infinity black level. So that's why when I saw the screen, and if you put it against black or any black surface has infinity attached to it, because they can read a 100% contrast level. But if your screen can't read and it comes up gray, guess what that means? You do not possess infinity contrast technology capabilities. Simple and plain. But this is the reason why when you look up here, it's all Black Series Edition, because we are the only company who has that technology and has enough testing under that technology on every level you could possibly think of. Just like the fellow came in there and talked some trash and said he only uses at 4,000. Oh yeah, right. We have so many demonstrations at 1,000. It's not even funny. I need to have this on our site. Let's see, the theory of the black level. Theory of the black level. The Infinity 1. So yeah, we have an Infinity 1 contrast level. That's why we can go near an OLED. Try to put that painting. Oh, I mean, I'm going to test it on an OLED. If we do get it, I doubt we're going to get it, but try to put it against the OLED. That stuff's not even TV worthy. None of the gray screens, not even gunmetal. None of that stuff is TV worthy. This monitor right here is not even OLED. It can reach a black level. It can read an infinity contrast level. It reads black. You don't have to have. Someone said you have to have OLED to have. No, you have to. It just has to read black. That's it. That's how you get the infinity black level. You have to read 100% black. But with that also, too, you have to read an extremely high white level. And with that also, too, you have to be able to prove against all kinds of fabrics, films, paints, and everything else is also black, just like your screen. What is the difference between those products and your black technology? You have to prove that. And you'll be proving that at ultra short throw, and you'll be proving that at 1,000 lumens, and you'll be proving that inside and outside and every place else you could possibly think of. You're going to have to be to cover it. That's it. There you go. Simple and plain. So when somebody gets on camera, they talk about, oh, the reflectness of the black. No, shut up. You don't know what you're talking about. It's right there. You go to any forum site, and they'll bring this up, and they'll talk about this. You have an infinity black level, means you can pick up an infinity contrast level. You should not be coming up gray. If you come up gray, you do not pick up infinity black. You can sit there and chalk it up all you want by saying, well, this one has a reflective. No, you have to be black to pick up an infinity black level. Can't explain that enough. I literally have people that come in and try to argue with that and like, okay, this is why you get blocked. This is why we put you in timeout, because you're not understanding this. If you go and you buy a black Corvette and you say, hey, I want the car black, and they come out with a gray one, what are you going to say? Is that black or is that gray? You're going to look at it and say, oh, that's gray. Even if it's just tinted enough to look like it's black, you can see it's not 100% black. No, that is freaking gray. That is not black. I wanted a black car. You can tell the difference. So how come you can't tell the difference in the projection screen? Because some people don't want to see it. But yeah, right there. Infinity. Anybody else popping up on that comment? Nope, it'll be just us. This is all us. Fake gray contrast screens. We tell you about that. Watch out for those things. They're not real. And if you don't have our product, you find out that a product is not pulling up, stick it into any black surface. It'll show its color. You'll see its true color after that. Now, see my screen over here? See? It's black. See the wall? It's black. See the speakers? It's black. See the printer? It's black. It's black. Black, 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 blackity, black, 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 black. There you go. And over there, gray. I'm gonna keep this page. And what's the other one? Of the benefits of a black screen. So yeah, this more superior screen is black. So for those of you sitting on gray and white screens with 4K and 1080p, guess what? You don't see any of that at all, period. Another point why you don't see it, pull up a star field or just color black screen saver and turn your lights on and see what happens. If you have to turn your lights out to adjust and better the black levels and the color, yeah, your screen's crap. Right there from the door. If your screen's washing out, it's crap. Mind you, you spend all this money for the projector. Biggest mistake people make when they buy projectors, and I see it all the time, we'll post videos and people go, what kind of projector is that? I'm like, no, it's not coming from the projector, it's coming from the screen. Then we give them the model number of the projector, ooh, yeah, it's that old. It's that old. That's why I've used a demonstration on a high-end projector. They're going to give the projector the credit, which the projector is getting the credit. It really will get the credit. But if you're showing up a screen, you're producing an amazing image and say, no, it's a 720p Christie projector. They discontinued it in 2011. Most people wouldn't touch that thing with a 10-foot pole. That thing, we're not even using HDMI when we run that. We run VGA off of them. So they wouldn't touch that thing with a 10-foot pole. But that's the image we pick up on. So most people, they depend on their projector. They go out and they go, well, if I get a projector with a high contrast, a nice inky black attached to it, millions and millions of colors attached to it, or billions of colors attached to it, and a high resolution to it, and really high lumens, I should be able to pick up a beautiful image. Nope. You literally have gone into the store, and they've taken your machine and cut it in half. Here you go. Thank you. Pay for the whole thing. Give me all the money. I'm going to give you half of this back, and we're going to sell this white screen to you that's going to make yourself look like absolute crap. And guess what? When you get home, you're not going to be turning your lights on. Not at 3,000 lumens, not even at 4 or 5. You can't pick up because the higher the lumen count, the screen can't absorb. It only can reflect. And since it only can reflect and it can't absorb light, that means basically your screen's going to wash out. That's what happens. The screen washes out because the screen can't absorb. You go into your dedicated theater room, you turn out the lights, you ever turn out the lights and you watch a movie and there's lights splashed all over the ceiling and the floors. Looks like you got a spotlight stand. It's not supposed to look like that at all. Yeah, you're not getting what you paid for. You're getting nothing what you paid for. This is the first showroom I'm going to set up. I'm going to set up another showroom when I get done this one. This is going to be a much bigger one, and it's going to have a lot of stuff for people to go in and get educated on. We're going to have some really high-end, expensive 8K projectors in there. We're going to hit one with the white screen and one with our technology to show you literally no matter how much money you spend from a projector that may cost you 10 grand all the way down to a projector that may cost you 60 bucks. They're useless on white and gray screens. They won't read. They don't pick up. Why I sat there in a dark environment with Mr. Mannequin showing you the screen going up and down, exactly all the light that splashed around the environment. Diamond did that demonstration. Elite did that demonstration. Seymour, all of them done that demonstration. You do not use those screens. They don't work. So when I go to forum sites and I see people with their setups and the first thing I see pop up is a white gray screen, I'm like, ugh, yeah, they got half a projector. That's what happens. Someone just give me all that. I'll take that whole $3 grand from you. Now, here's half, but it's only half of it. That's all you're going to use. You're not using the rest of that. It's pointless. The screen is a big, big part of your setup. Yep. And then some people, because they've been around white screens and gray screens for so long, your eyes are not adjusted to see true technology. You can't pick it up. You can pick it up later on, but when you look at the screen, the first thing you say, oh, it's coming up. It's too dark for me, because you're used to seeing it at a much brighter image, but your image is washed out. Because why would you contact us at the end of the day? Why do you contact us? Because you're watching demonstrations on a $60 projector producing at 150 inches and your screen at 120 to 100 inches. You got to be in a dark environment. We can pick up a star field off our technology. You can't do that. You sit there and you turn your lights on, your screen washes out. So you contact us because you want to pick up that 100% infinity contrast, which is needed to produce amazing colors and to absorb light. If that was the case, you'd be happy with your white screen or gray screen, but you're not. So that's where it doesn't work out. Now for the knockoff projectors, you're screwed on so many levels. It's not even funny, because we can't even help you at the end of the day. And nor will I ever design something. Well, I did design something at one point, but I pulled it because I didn't want to support those projectors, because I don't want to support companies to keep making these machines. So that way we don't bother with it anymore. Meow. Meow. 100% black projection screens. I love this so much. This is the part that has me laughing. So this is supposed to be 100% black. You know, I can tell it's not 100 black because of the border. The border is actually 100% black. The screen itself is not. So I put that 100% black screen. This is actually the CLR. We've had the screen over here before. So if you look at the screen, they claim it to be 100% black, right? There we go. It's not 100% black. Because you know why we can tell? Because your borders would blend into the screen. And since the borders and the screens are two different colors, that means the screen's not 100% black. Top of that, it's an ultra short throw screen. Oh, we'll be in contact soon. Don't worry, don't pace yourself. And price for that screen? Yep. Yep. So you can't read black off that. It won't pick up. Oh, behave. Let's go find ourselves something else. Let's see. Well, we had those. I know that for a fact. See, this is interesting right here. Amazon puts down a black projector screen. So they're not talking about the screen being black. They're talking about the casing and the border being black. That screen right there is actually white. I already had a conversation with somebody a long time ago. And they were like, no, they have, I saw it, black projection screens. No, they're talking about the casing of the screen is black, not the projector. See right here? This would be considered to be black because the casing is black. The screen itself is not black. The screen itself is white. It's a white projection screen. The casing's black, that's why. That's what they call it for black for that one. Let me see. Here we go. Get out of the way. Let me see. My transit self-locking. 3 lines. And they tell you it's 4K. You can use it on 4D screens. Support 3D, 1080p, and 4K. No, they don't. It's a white screen. That's why. White screens don't support 4K. And then people get it and they'll set it up and they'll think that, oh my God, I'm seeing 4K. No, you're not. You're not seeing that. You can't read it. Projector can't read it. So the way to test that theory out, all you got to do is just go in and pull a simple star field demonstration, turn on all your lights, and then watch your screen wash out. Especially for those of you who have high contrast capability, that's going to hurt. Where is the... We got the Sugar Plum Fairy. I wonder who did the voice of Winnie the Pooh. Winnie the Pooh has a very interesting voice. All right. Oh, that looks pretty hot. What are we doing with that? All right, so we got the he's cut out. We got 4 of them coming out. Let's see. We got the Scarlet Blood Samurai, the Extreme Thunder Shamrock. Let me see. The Extreme Shamrock, the Leviathan, Sugar Plum Fairy, and I do want to do another one. I want a crazy name attached to it. Really crazy name attached to it. Has to be something crazy. But the crazier the name, the more extreme the product. I can't wait to bring out the Sugar Plum. The Sugar Plum's going to be interesting because we're going to have that in every form site. I'm going to drop that screen in every form site. They're designed to pull publicity. That's what they're designed to do. You go into a form site, you see a screen called Sugar Plum Fairy. Can you imagine that? You go, the freak is that? A Sugar Plum Fairy? It's got to be a joke. Yeah, you're going to joke about that screen. I'm going to show you a demonstration. That thing knocking out all the high certified screens with no problem. That screen is designed to ruffle and represent. Sugar Plums are designed to represent. That's why we designed it. The first time we designed it, to look, I can sit there and I can develop any screen paint and I can give it the most craziest name we can think of. That's how the Sugar Plum Fairy became to life. Because I sat there and said, okay, I'm going to call this the Sugar Plum Fairy. And the Sugar Plum Fairy will knock out every certified screen we lay against it. Nobody will challenge it. But we want people to take it for a joke. I want to drop it in forum sites, leave it in there, let people laugh about it, joke it, tease it, the whole 9 yards, and then show you the test results. That thing knocking out $5,000, $7,000 projection screens. All the screens that you guys talk about that are most advanced, we're going to take them out easily. And then what? Yeah. I want to do one called the Laughing Daffodil. Extreme Laughing Daffodil. I don't know what it's gonna call. I gotta get one. I need a crazy name, but I want to involve a flower with it. I definitely want to involve a flower with it. I like sunflowers. I like sunflowers. Let's see. Oh, it does have FLE and it does have the ability to absorb sunlight, so that would be funny. That's an interesting name for it. I'm making a sunflower. I'm gonna make a sunflower version. Let's see, we got a green. We'll get green here, purple, orange. We got the thunder shower. I think of something. I'm thinking of something, but I want 5 of them. I want another one. All right. All right, I know this is funny. Sorry, I do apologize for this one, but if I name the screen, you bastard. And what screen you got, you bastard? What you call me? Oh, that'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. Just call it this screen. It just comes in a cheap cardboard box and whatever. It'd be just, wouldn't have any real, like, it'd just be like a cardboard screen, but it'd be designed to just knock anything out of the water. Yeah, that'd be funny. Call it I got the bastard. Well, bastard's not really a curse word. Bastard's just pretty much a person who has been been raised without a father. That's pretty much what that is. But anyway, just call it the bastard. Call it you bastard. That's what we call it. Can you imagine the people at the show trying to basically talk about this screen time? Well, over here we got you bastard. I'd be behind the camera crying, laughing my head off. I swear I'm thinking about doing that one. I think I might do that later on in time. I might design one of them. I think my last days in, I might design a screen called You Bastard. And just have people at the show like, oh man, like, he named the screen that? Really? He named the screen that? That's messed up. That'd be my last final kind of thing to get back at the, just for fun, just to do something for fun. He named the screen You Bastard. Like, yeah, so we're over here with You Bastard. I would be in there crying at home watching that. It's like, this is jacked up. Like, why? That's like if you want the dirtiest, people don't realize, the dirtiest joke. I'm pretty sure it was meant to be a dirty joke. But it just sounds so weird what they name it that way. I like the cereal, but I don't like asking for it when I go to the supermarket. You heard of grape nuts? Grape nuts. It sounds like like you're thinking it's grape nuts. Yeah, it's jacked up. And when you look at the cereal, there's no nuts in it and there's no grapes. Not in grape nuts there isn't. But you know how funny that sounds? Like Post came out with like a funny name to call something that's interesting. And people have talked about it in forums like, why do they call it grape nuts when there's no grapes in the cereal and there's no nuts? But the name is freaking hilarious. And a lot of people don't really think about that. When you're like, I'm going to get a box of grape nuts, and you just sit there and go, and just laugh at them like, you know what you said, right? Like, yeah, I know what I said. Just, you have a box of them, please. Yeah, there's no grapes and no nuts in it. Look it up. It's just a funny name to name something at the end of the day. Like, we get a screen and we name it You Bastard. That'd be funny because you go to the show like, well, what do we got here? What's the name of the screen? Ah, shoot. All right. You bastard. Oh, man. And people say, oh, that's a curse word. No, it's not. It's not a curse word. That's funny. That would be hilarious. Like, I got to interview that screen. Like, yep, you got to interview it because I'm not doing it. And I got higher seniority than you. There's no way in the world I'm interviewing that thing. Yeah, that'd be just a screen just for fun. Like, I think later on I might have a screen come out like in I don't know, bring out the date for the screen in 2065. I'm not gonna be running 2065. I know that for a fact. That'd be funny. Wow. Wow. You got used to the bubble bag, didn't you? And I put the heating system in it so you can go move around with me. Yeah, you got a bubble bag. I had to modify that sucker. I had to put a battery pack in that unit which fits underneath of it. It ain't that heavy and allows me to be able to put in a heating blanket because they had none of them with heating coils in them. I was wondering which one of these got heating coils. None of them have them. So the battery packing that I got, I can put in some of those fans because I'm figuring how does the animal stay cool in there, even though it's got vents in there. I mean, that's really not enough at the end of the day. So I've actually modified his. He got 120 millimeter fans inside. They don't glow because I want lights in his face, but they actually got areas I had to cut out, and I actually put these 120 millimeter fans in there so he can basically stay nice and cool when I got him walking around in the summertime. I modified the bag. That's right. Got your name in the back, says Taco. Every time I show off my cat, they be like, you gotta bring him by, you gotta bring him by. Now I got the portable bubble, so we bring him by. But Taco don't like people. That's the thing, he don't. Well, some people, not everybody. Ain't that right, Taco? Yeah. Ain't that right, Taco? Yeah, I got you. You respond back too. We good on that, Taco? Right? Who are you fighting back there? Right. Oh, you're what you call? Come over here. Come over here, you little monster. Yep. Wow. Okay. Let me see. Boom, 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 boom. All right, we did that one. That one's already done. I'm trying to find that other one. We don't have that here. We can just pull it from the folder. I'm gonna yank it from the folder. It should be there. Definitely should be there. Let me see. If I go into open with see viewer. There we are. Extreme. Now these right here are not, they're just dummy labels. It's just give the product an ID or a face. Later on you'll be seeing the technology on display, but this is just something that basically gives the technology some kind of again, some kind of face attached to it. Let me see. All right, so that's in there, but I did say that there, didn't I? Where's the other one at then? Rawr. Rawr. All right, let me see. Rawr. Rawr. So let me see. I want one out of the sunflower. I do want a sunflower. Let me see. We're gonna look around and see what we can got. Oh, we don't have one of those. We don't have one, but I already got one of them coming out for a gamer. I mean, for whatchamacallit, I don't need two of those. Let me see. Nah, because that still could range in that section right there. So that easy could pop up for that. Ooh, that would be sick. All right, we could design one of them. That would be sick. I don't know. I got one coming in my head. I'm trying to figure out what kind of color combination we want to actually hit this thing with. Like, what do I want? We pretty much covered the basic colors with this. I'm trying to think of one we haven't hit yet. Let's see. We can't. I got the ingredients to make a screen darker than the one next to me, but we can't do it. It can't be. I'm not doing it because the Omegas are actually super ultra dark. Omegas are literally so dark that when we design these things, that it'll like you have a black hole in the center of your wall. This thing is like ultra dark. I am going to design a sample sheet of what one of them looks like. Maybe look like even an idea of how dark these things are. We'll never do a comparison next to our technology. It's not going to happen. It's just basically just give you a sneak peek, probably somewhere between, I don't know, 2020, end of 2024. We'll show you what that thing is going to look like. All right, let me see. Already got that one already. Now we got the thunder one already. I like the daffodil. I want to do the daffodil. That's what I want to do. Let me see over here. Let me see if I want to do or sunflower. Sunflower backgrounds. Oops, no wrong with that. Sunflower background. Oh, see, I'm feeling this. I'm feeling this. This is how I see technology. I'm feeling it. And I'll talk to my Lord and say, what about that? So I'm back to going, I'm in a conversation with God right now. Trying to figure out. I mean, I can get whatever I choose, the ingredients is going to pop in my head. We know how to develop it. It'll hit that quick. So I like this. Because the whole purpose of the gamer screen is to have something wild, crazy, outside the box, breaking all rules. Why can't you have a screen called Sugar Plum Fairy? Like, you can't have that. You have to have a screen called the XL Infinity or the Black Line or the Abyss. No. We can call our screens whatever the freak we want at the end of the day, and they still will be superior. So I want something. That's what the gamer screens are. They're designed to break way outside the box. I want people, when they see it, I want them to laugh at them and take them as a joke. I do. You ever heard of the term behind the if you ever seen, I used to hang out with a lot of freaking Dominicans and Puerto Ricans, and I used to go to their drag races all the time. And I got a chance to see these little souped up Hondas and stuff. And every once in a while, you see these cars come rolling in, and they just look like they just rust buckets. Just rust buckets. Like, you know, all the other cars, you know, got all the kits and the engines and all that stuff, the turbos and all that stuff. And these cars that pop in, and they just look like beat down rust buckets. But actually, they were Trojan horses in disguise. They were something else. They had these freaking monster engines in them. And they would basically take a lot of people. If you weren't careful and you ran into one of these things were known for taking your pink slip. So get up there and race one of these cars, and that thing take off on you. You're like, what the freak? Yeah. Big old rust bucket come up there. And the guy would talk all this trash about his vehicle, getting a little argument with you just a little bit, enough to get your freaking feelings hurt, for you to have to go out there and entertain he's trapping you already just to entertain him, so he can get you behind that freaking wheel and bet your car at the end of the day, and he'll trash your stuff and take your vehicle from you. Hyped you up. You know exactly what he was doing. You know just how to play you. Hyped you up, took your vehicle from you. And then you, later on, look under the hood and think, gee whiz, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Yeah, because he spent a lot of money on what's under the hood. He couldn't care about what's going outside the chassis, because that was a Trojan horse in disguise. And he got you all hyped up, and then you was all bragging about your machine and took it from you. And rules are rules. You got to give up the slips. So, yeah, that's what these games are designed to do. They have the most funniest names attached and be like, what the freak is this? Yeah, you watch that thing just crush someone's certified screen like it's nothing. Yeah, so anybody willing to get their screens beat by a Sugar Plum Fairy? It's embarrassing to get your screen beat by a screen called a Sugar Plum Fairy. That's why they got these crazy names attached to it. Thunder Shamrock. All right, so we got to do one of these. I got to do sunflowers, because you know why? I want a sunflower jersey. I want a jersey with all these sunflowers on it with the name across. So I'm thinking about the jersey and merch I'm going to put with this stuff. So we got to do it with the sunflower. Oh, I've got it. Now we're using this for the time being. My graphic designer, she's designing these things are going to look like anime cartoons when she gets done with them. Oh, that is pretty cool. All right. Yep, ingredients just hit. All right, let me see. Got it already. Mix it together. Some people want to sit there and say, well, that's impossible. I couldn't have gotten, yeah, it's God at the end of the day. Anything I want to design, anything. All I have to do is just ask for it, and I already have it that fast in my head. Looking at the FLE technology right there. You know how fast that idea came to me? This technology to read through sunlight. That sat on my refrigerator for 3 weeks, and I was going to throw it in the trash. It takes us less than 20 minutes to engineer technology. Anything that I write down on paper will pass all the test demonstrations. I need to make this front and rear, by the way. Okay, cool. It's in my head already. Ooh. Ooh. God's amazing, ain't he? Yep, that fast, that quick. Already got the ingredients for it. All I have to do is just think of what I want, and boom, that fast, that quick. So anyone sits there and say, oh, that's, and you look at all the technology I've engineered, designed, tested on all certain, yeah, there you go. Ah. 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 All right, people, at this particular point, can't let you know anything else, so gotta go. Thank you all, and God bless.